After getting reverse swept, Hydrandude would then go up against Blue Scooty. Unfortunately, a series of early top outs and inconsistent games resulted in Hydrandude losing once again 1-3.
Okay, I guess a countdown starting, so let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Wow, so much of this is automatic. This is all pretty alien to me, having mostly doing CTM, but that'll be the last time I mention it. Maybe. I mean, no promises. Okay, Myles with the first Tetris on the board. Jerpy following shortly afterwards. Ooh, Jerpy with the perfect clear. Come on, we've got to get some hype in the chat for that. Perfect clear. You don't see it every day. You probably don't see it every day. I don't see it every day. I can't speak for you. That's right, 10 lines of garbage to Myles. Okay, Myles pretty high up. I think that's the norm for players of this kind of skill level. But you know, I've got to mention it. Really just ripping those pieces all the way left, as you can do when you're a rolling expert, aficionado. You're taking the skims as necessary before the line comes, but there's the Tetris, and there's another one. And Jerpy follows up pretty quickly on the right, on the left rather, and then there's the other one too. So Jerpy, kind of half a Tetris ahead, has done perhaps a little less burning. Bit more than half a Tetris, I guess, but you know, you get the. I'm rounding it to the nearest half, probably. Okay, Myles' stack, bit holy at the moment, and kind of a spire growing in the middle. Probably looking to burn that out. I mean, almost certainly looking to burn that out, but not really getting the best pieces for it just yet. Oh, that L is kind of nice, though. Well, sort of. There's a lot of weight on top of that hole, unfortunately. We've got, like, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 Minos right now on top of that hole. So I expect Myles is going to want to fill in the gap at some point and then just start making Tetrises. Although, oh, this is not looking good. Myles kind of in a little bit of trouble. But Myles is the dig expert, I'm led to believe, by, you know, TikTok and YouTube and all of that stuff. So probably no issue for him. But anytime you're that high up, you know, it's got to be a little tense. Shaking his head. I'm gonna kind of pretend that was a shake in the head of course this is no issue. What the hell are you talking about? Okay, nice placement of that square actually. Kind of, yeah, and there's a T to go in there. Neglects to use the other T for a tuck, but then another one comes, tucks it in. And yeah, playing off of row number 2 now, and it's Jerpy's turn to have some holes to get rid of, but far less weight on top of those holes right now. And there we go, it's clear, and there's a dirty Tetris waiting. And there it is, dirty Tetris. Let's have a little score update. There is 86,000 points between these players, and I can see that immediately with this very swanky layout that we've got going on here, thanks to Max Out Club. Yeah, 467,000 for Jerpy, 358 for Myles. Now I do believe that there is a prize pool, so if you're watching this and you're enjoying it, you know, check that out. Details are probably in chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm guessing details are in the description below. I don't know if this even goes on YouTube. I'm just gonna assume it is. Like, everyone is so professional these days. We're miles away from the early days of streaming where it's just kind of, you know, let's get some TVs and let's get our 90s era camcorder and you know, just have a bit of fun. Like, this is these are serious operations now. Gotta love both of these players, actually. Their placements for pieces where, you know, there's nowhere on the stack for them. Both of them really great at kind of putting them in a place where they're going to be able to resolve them in pretty short order. Okay, Myles has burnt away most of the junk. Has got that that awkward gap there. Transitions at 508. Jerpy at 637. Monster transition score for Jerpy. Monster pace. Yeah, Jerpy considerably ahead. 130,000 points ahead. Myles at 516. Jerpy Tetris's brings it to 668. Although, oh, that's only a triple for Myles there. But he's not worried. This is still, for players of this caliber, still pretty early on in the game, and that hang of the T-piece on Jerpy's side is going to give Myles a little bit of room to catch up just a little bit. I don't think it's going to be enough to equalize the scores just yet, although that said, although yeah, mistakes happening on both sides. Well, Myles immediately fixes it though. Jerpy finally burnt out. Burnt out the junk, that is, not burnt out as a person or a player, of course. Well, I hope not. Yeah, now just stacking nicely. Tetris is 783 for Jerpy, 645 for Myles. Myles considerably behind. And not with a clean stack either. Kind of a bit of a suffer game, I dare say, for Myles, but he can still overcome. Okay, both players actually have column free wells. I wonder what it is about the sequence that has kind of led that to happen for both players at the same time. That's quite interesting. Well, Myles really going hard on this column free well, though. Does not want to give up the Tetris. Just kind of shoves that J in there. Just looking for any old place for it. But, yeah, kind of nicely executed, though. Is sticking with that column free well. I guess it's working for him. There we go. Takes a double to transition back over to the right side well. Presumably. Could actually stay with the column free, but chooses not to. And yeah, Tetris for Myles. But still, in fact, that gap has actually widened just very slightly. Myles back 183,300 points right now. That Tetris kind of closes it to 149. But yeah, that's a big gap, and we are at level 27. So this is gonna have to be, if it's gonna go any other way, it's gonna have to happen, I think, post skill screen. Jerpy already maxed out 104. Let's say 1.04 million. There we go. Numbers, how do they work, eh? Yeah, Jerpy, just amazing play, I've got to say. Very impressed. Oh, nice triple. Playing pretty high up on the stack and got some holes that they're probably going to want to get rid of before transition. And transitions at 1.1. Myles already there and Tetrising. So, you know, this is the time where, yeah, oh, Jerpy's stack is getting out of control. And they're going to top out at 1.13. Whereas Myles is still going. So, it hangs a line. But a chase down is possible. Probably, if they can get oh no, hangs a line on the left, and that is going to be it. Jerpy is going to take game number 1. Okay, here we go. We're up for some more hype Tetris. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So for someone kind of used to CTM, the pace of this is pretty kind of... It's just a kind of all go, you know? Like, there's no messing about. Okay, some really kind of advanced, lovely kind of mirrored key tuck on Jerpy's side. A T-tuck on Myles' side, followed by a Tetris. Okay, only a single line burn there, and even having opened up the well, that's only going to be a triple on Jerpy's side. Got a bit of junk to burn off, but all the perfect pieces to do it. Look at that. Oh, didn't kind of... Could have, no, those were good moves. I was kind of thinking, like, flat line with square left would have been kind of nice. But, you know, that worked maybe even better. And there's a Tetris for Jerpy. Okay, Myles, kind of not sure if he misread that S as a Z. But, now going to have to burn out for a little bit. Some nice pieces to do it, though. That is burnt out now, and Tetris ready. Still a bit of a spire. Oh, yeah, going to just have to shove that J in the position. Just was a very unaccommodating board with that spire, and now just having to burn out from the top. But there hasn't been a line yet, so not necessarily harmful for pace. And yeah, burnt out before a line came, and there's the line. So Myles handling that very nicely. Scores almost another perfect clear for Jerpy, but not quite. Okay, Jerpy waiting for a square or J. I guess the square will come first, and there it is, Tetris ready. And yeah, players are neck and neck, only 1900 points between them. Okay, lovely stacking on Jerpy's side, though actually Myles' stack more sloping, kind of perhaps a more regulation stack, maybe a little bit safer. You don't want to play too flat, but then I guess with rolling as well, maybe you can afford to play a bit flatter. Although actually Jerpy, I just noticed, oh yeah, they're rolling. We rolling? We're rolling. Just Myles' constant tuck setups on Myles' side. And yeah, 380 points between these players. I mean, it could technically get closer, but not by much. Yeah, a flurry of Tetrises on Jerpy's side. And those are some nice burns to kind of get the stack a little... well, it's still kind of growing in the center, but there we go. Those are the pieces that we were looking for. No idea if this is actually the right thing to do. No one answered my question about like what music gets played, so I just put on any old music. I say any old music. If you are enjoying this, though, this is the Double Dragon Neon soundtrack by Jake Kaufman. So you know, I think it's pretty hype. Like, I think it's a pretty great soundtrack. All of the Jake Kaufman soundtracks are just so good. And if this is the wrong thing to do, well, enjoy it this one time. Okay, Jerpy transitions at 581. Oh man, Myles at 579 with a slightly less comfortable stat, but very quickly resolves it, and Tetris's as well. Well, let's hope that this music is royalty free. I've got a feeling it is, but don't know that. I mean, who wouldn't want their music on such a hype match, right? I feel like it suits it really well. Okay, so 33,000 points between these players. Again, oh, 6,000 points now. So neck and neck. Myles building on row 2. I gotta love those kind of like long form tuck setups on that Myles is just continuously doing. Like that's some nice back-to-back Tetris as well. 800,000 on Myles' side, 817 on Jerpy. Jerpy kind of, it's neck and neck, but Jerpy does have the lead. Oh, no longer. Having to spend some time burning away some junk now. Oh, like nicely timed line for Jerpy. Manages to make everything all right. And yeah, kind of a tricky sequence, I guess. Oh, Jerpy doing the aggressive thing, setting up for a dirty column 4 Tetris. Oh, and puts something over the well just as the line came. He's gonna have to hold out for another line piece. There it is, though. Finally gets rewarded, and it's gonna stick with it. Tetris ready again. Unfortunately, kind of put some pieces over on the right to kind of could have maybe burnt out of it in fewer pieces if there was somewhere else for that square. But either way, burnt out of it now. Oh, interesting looking stack on Myles' side, but you know, before I even comment on it, it's filled in. Yeah, both of these players, geez, so good, so good. Oh, Myles' side though. Oh, that's some trouble. Kind of. Oh, dirty Tetris though. Can he clean this out before transition? Oh no, he's going for another Tetris, but just blocks well just beforehand. But Jerpy also tops out just after transition, and Myles is gonna take it. GG's. Wow. That was surprising, I gotta say. I wasn't expecting that. Again. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So it seems kind of pre-29 transition, Jerpy has a slight advantage, but post-transition, Myles has the advantage. I don't know if that's going to continue for the rest of these games. Well, we'll find out. So we're pretty early on in this season. In fact, this is Myles' first game, but it's Jerpy's presumably, yeah, third game. So Jerpy getting through their matches. And it's kind of 1 for 2 at the moment on Jerpy. Beat Somalian 3-1, lost to Eyeball 3-1. There's Myles with the tuck setups again. Like, look at this stack. Oh, love it! I love it. The Z spin, one of my favorite moves. Okay, Jerpy also kind of, I'm not gonna say struggling, but dealing with that same sequence. And yeah, this is a bit of a drought. But the drought is over. So, you know, not like an insane drought or anything, but a drought nonetheless. Okay, both players kind of Tetrising. So Myles with the 1 Tetris lead. Oh, kind of some kind of I wonder what was going on there with the flipping of the line piece on Jerpy's side. Maybe just playing around, you know, while we're still at this relatively sedate pace. Well, a bit of a valley kind of growing on Jerpy's side, but manages to fill it in just as I comment on it. I think it's just like commentator's blessing kind of thing. Like as soon as I commentate on something, it's resolved. Okay, Tetris is just, I mean, it's happening so frequently that I can't really just be like, oh, hey, this person Tetris, this person Tetris. Like, I'd just be talking about it the whole time. You can just presume that lots of Tetrises are happening. Okay, so we got a hole now on Myles' side. And he's filling out the left because he's going to need to do that to burn it out. Oh, manages to uncover the well, gets a triple. Now has a dirty Tetris waiting at the bottom of it on row 2. And there we go, clears out that hole, really masterfully done. I'm playing so high up, with such confidence. Oh, and Jerpy's setting up for burning out that kind of look at that. Like, how do you even do that? Like, how do you plan moves like that? Like, that takes some real skill. Okay, Myles nodding his head this time. I guess happy with how this is going. But, is actually... well, actually, yeah, no. Slightly behind Jerpy. With the lower Tetris rate of 73% versus the 80% on Jerpy's side. So Jerpy with, again, another monster pace. Looking for that 600k transition. Yeah. You gotta wonder, like, is this kind of a considered move? Oh, taking a triple there. That was interesting. I wonder if they just misread the board. But transitions at 600 does get that 600k transition. Myles not quite there yet. Transitions at 562 with an S flip. Oh, this track's got a real kind of Devo feel. If you don't know the band Devo, you're probably... I mean, really, I shouldn't know the band Devo. It's well before my time. But look them up. They're a fun band. Some real kind of, you know, 80s hits, 70s, 80s hits. I think Devo were around in the 70s, right? Someone can correct me. Actually, you know what? Don't correct me. Let's force everyone to check it out themselves. Okay, both players. We're still within a stone's throw. Again, it's so close. 13,000 points between them, though Myles is slightly ahead in lines, so Jerpy with the slight pace advantage, but there's almost nothing in it. 3% on the Tetris rate. Okay, Jerpy taking a couple of burns, sort of seeing that spire start to form. Doesn't want to risk it. Finally, a line comes to fill out the left, and there we go. Tetris for Jerpy. But that has now basically equalized both players on pace, although Myles is also dealing with what is fair to say a situation, perhaps. Takes a triple. There we go, that line's really going to help. Now just needs a J, ideally. Another line. Of course, those are the last pieces to come. Oh, it's set up. Super aggressive, dirty Tetris on Myles' side. Oh, you love to see it. That's what you want to do. Like, ideally, in a situation like that, if you can burn out with Tetrises, that's what you want to do. Oh, and Jerpy has made some kind of critical kind of like hangs. So that's only going to be a triple. And yeah, going to take these singles to burn that out. And it's still going to take a few more double. Whereas meanwhile, like, Myles is just scoring. And this is going to, I think, just change the tide just slightly. Okay, Jerpy building up, but that is still only a triple. There's a hole at the bottom. Okay, can now... No, not gonna kind of build a Tetris well there, but might build a Tetris well here. Yeah, there we go. Jerpy going aggressive. Myles has transitioned already at level 30 for 1.1, although... Oh, that... Oh, yeah, cannot get the lines over. That is going to be it. Though Myles is ahead. Jerpy, post-transition, quickly goes out of control, and Myles is going to take game number 3. So, GG's. Wow, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Wow, there is really no time to look away. Okay, nice little adjustment to accommodate the J on Myles' side, followed by a Tetris. Very similar thing happening on Jerpy's side. Jerpy actually a little bit ahead. Pace-wise, that is. A little bit less burning. But that seems to have been the story for these last few matches, really. Jerpy gets ahead. Ooh. I'm going to be quiet for a while just to let this situation kind of resolve. It's mostly resolved. That is a heck of a spire. Yeah, gonna have to take that safety double. And there's a Tetris. Yeah, so I was going to talk about how like Jerpy tends to have the better pace right up until kill screen, though like only marginally, and then you know Myles is slightly better kill screen play, kind of takes him over the top. But maybe this particular game is going to go a bit differently. We'll see. Yeah, that's a cool sleeve. Wonder if they kind of make that for I know like a few people either with like you get focal dystonia or just skin conditions kind of thing. It kind of, you can wear stuff like that can help with it, or can help stop, protect your skin from, say, a particular metal that you're allergic to, kind of thing. Hey, Myles is being implored to save his best for the gauntlet. I don't know, I think you should just give your best one, all the time. Every game. Hey, good question. Does anyone else roll with their D-pad hand? I quite like Jerpy's grip. It looks very kind of attainable. Like, I feel like I could understand it. Like, if I learnt to roll like that, which I never will. That looks like it would be much more natural a transition for, let's say, a DAS player to take on. Okay, we're into weird bits of this soundtrack, but let's just stick with it. Okay, Jerpy, I was not paying enough attention clearly, because Jerpy is 100,000 points ahead. And I didn't see anything terrible happening out the corner of my eye, but well, there you go. But yeah, both players getting a whole bunch of Tetrises, getting a whole bunch of lines at the same time. Okay, Tetris to Jerpy transitions at 584, another very high transition score. Myles at 507. Is this going to follow the pattern of the last two games? That's the question. Both players Tetrising, Jerpy maintaining that lead. Myles doing his best to eat into it. Tetris for Jerpy. Jerpy seems to have been, for this whole matchup actually, very unafraid to build spires. And it's definitely working. I mean, yeah, we've seen multiple max outs, so yeah, clearly a legit technique. Tetris for Jerpy, 807,000 points. Myles, 751. And it looks like he's going to go with a column 7 Tetris well. And gets great pieces for it. And yeah, oh no, not gonna stick with it. Gonna burn out of it with a double. Sensible. Though we're only at level 24, so you know. But you have to remember that building center wells tends to be less efficient over the long run unless you're just very lucky with pieces. So it does make sense to, whenever you can kind of get over without sacrificing too many lines, to do so. Oh, nice tuck with the Z. Didn't often see horizontal Z tucks. But there you are. Oh, Jerpy having to kind of put a couple of holes in the stack and put some weight on top of those holes. Oh, maybe just gonna... In fact, yeah. Tetris on row 2 for Jerpy. Dirty Tetris. Oh no, Myles has topped out at 920. Just as I look away. And that is going to be the game for Jerpy. And we've got a decider. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, presumably you would do the rolling motion with your dominant hand. Certainly I would want to. But maybe it's something you can learn. I kind of, I think of all of this in terms of like playing instruments kind of thing. So like if you're rolling with your right hand, it's kind of like finger picking kind of thing, you know? Like rolling on a banjo. Whereas if you're doing it with your left hand, I guess it's like a series of hammer-ons kind of thing. But yeah, both are things. So, you know, if you're an adept stringed instrument player, maybe that's a little tip for you there. Oh, Jerpy kind of last second changing their mind, put that line all the way left rather than sticking it in the hole. And I think that was probably the sensible thing to do. Oh, these tuck setups, man. Just on Jerpy's side, but and Myles' side too. Both of these players, just real tuckers. Okay, 2 Tetrises, both sides. But Jerpy is slightly ahead, but not anymore. They are neck and neck, just a line between them. Tetris for Jerpy. Yeah, 759 points. Like, exciting to see players that close. Wow, a lot of adjustments there on Jerpy's side. Kind of every next piece seemed to be a piece that meant that their game plan changed up a little bit. But there's a Tetris. Yeah, Tetrises were always part of the game plan though. And yeah, pretty insane Tetris rates for both players right now. Jerpy with the slight pace lead, 89% Tetris rate. Myles at 86%. Clearly, you know, an accommodating seed, but like both very skilled players too. This is some tense music as well. Don't know how long is this going to go on for. Oh, a whole nother minute. Okay, well, I guess we can deal with that. Okay, yeah, very interesting differences in these stacks. I'll go out on a limb and say that generally much flatter on Jerpy's side, much more sloping on Myles' side. Something that, you know, I think is very textbook on Myles' side. Although, just as I say it, of course, Jerpy then starts building out the left. But, ooh, see, yeah, I'm interested. Oh, lovely. Just really interested to see how Jerpy was going to resolve that square. There was just nowhere to put it, and that was a good place to stash it. But, like, look at these pieces. Just, not the best, but... Oh, look at this. Doing the aggressive thing, going to burn out with a Tetris if possible. And it is possible. There's the Tetris, a dirty Tetris on Jerpy's side. Has given up the lead, though. That's all it takes. Just, you know, one moment of difficulty that the other player doesn't have. And there goes the lead. Why is there a Cwiiis action? This is news to me. I mean, you can follow me on Twitch, but I barely do anything on it these days. But maybe I'll be encouraged. So yeah, sure, go ahead. Follow me on Twitch. Maybe do some like Atari ST playthroughs. Transition time, 576 for Jerpy, 646 for Myles. So now, I think possibly for the first time in all of these games, Myles has the considerable advantage going into transition. And anything can change, of course. Oh hey, we can... Oh man, I didn't see that, not Sim, sorry. Where even is that thing? There it is. I found it. Ah. Should have said it louder. Anyway, Tetris is happening. Let's not get too distracted. And yeah, there is almost nothing between these players. Once again, 361 points between them and 2 lines. Once again... Oh, and just Jerpy kind of... Oh, but look at that, keeping their cool. Blocked the well just before a line, but managed to kind of keep things clean. And another line came in pretty short order. Oh, that missed, that hang of the square. Not ideal, but does manage to get the Tetrises and probably going to burn away fairly efficiently as long as the pieces come. That square is one of them. There we go. Almost clean again. A line would be ideal, and there's the line. Okay, Jerpy still kind of trying to burn out, and this is letting Myles amass a lead. 43,000 points ahead. 881 for Jerpy, 924 for Myles. Jerpy starting to spire out a little bit. Oh, some nice pieces though, but not enough to quite clear. Oh, wow, okay. There's the Tetris though. That's going to give Jerpy a lot of breathing room to burn this out, but 100,000 points back now, more or less. So if this is going to get resolved at this point, we are at level 27. It's going to be likely in the kill screen. This... Oh no! Oh no, Myles! Myles hangs a line, tops out at 105. 83,000 point chase down now for Jerpy. And this is eminently doable. Like if Jerpy can just kind of clean up this stack just a little bit. There's a Tetris. 46,000 points now. What is that? A Tetris and a bit? Like, not even a whole 2 Tetrises. Oh, Jerpy. But Jerpy wants to do it before transition, and that is not going to happen. And Myles is gonna take it. Myles gets the reprieve. GG's. Oh, wow. Jeez. GG's to both players, but there can be only one winner. And this time, it is Myles. 3 games to 2. Whew. Wow. Little bit out of breath. Like, that's some pretty amazing Tetris. Okay, well, I guess we should get ready for the next matchup. Next up we have Dog versus O. I'm like, oh my god. Like, I was a bit tired going into this, and now I'm like, I'm totally, you know, I'm hyped up now. Okay, so I am gonna get that sorted. You can look at these lovely slides in the interim.